Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Intentionally Blank D&D. I am your DM Kyle, and I'm joined by the lovely players Dakota, Levi, and Paisley.
Hello.
Oh,
Uh,
Levi.
Oh,
Levi, you
whoops.
also didn't say
Hello.
hello. Okay.
There.
Before
Carry
we
on.
begin, does anyone have anything they want to talk about? Um, Only big news I can think of is they just announced the one D&D. Um, don't know if we're
Yeah.
going to be doing anything with that.
It's still a few years off,
Yeah, it's still a
so
few years off, but that's the biggest thing I could think of that they D&D related topics.
a complaint about one D&D. DMs can't crit.
Yeah, what the hell is up with that?
We
Uh,
want to kill our players.
Apparently they're changing crits to a unique player character only aspect.
Interesting choice, but we'll see where it goes. Like you said, it's still a few years out.
And it's
Oh,
still in playtesting right now, so
yeah. And then there's the inspiration anytime players get a crit. I like this concept. Your spirits would be super high after doing that, so it feels right.
Yeah, it's like football
Throw
player
something out
makes a
there,
touchdown and
positive.
they do like the celebration.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Uh, but do you guys have anything else that you guys want to say before we start?
I
Negative.
don't believe so.
All right. Then without further ado, let's begin.
Wait. Did they
Uh,
add in saving these?
Saving.
Um, like spheres and stuff.
No, they are still, I believe, working on that.
I just remember saying
Yeah.
some stuff about it and couldn't remember if
Uh,
they.
Yeah, they are working on saving rulers so that we can have area of effect spells saved on the board. But I believe they are still working on that.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, last time on D&D, you guys began your first campaign. We talked about the world in general, what Kesdon is like, the city that you guys begin in. At the start of your journey, you guys decided that you wanted more money, as you guys have become fairly poor after purchasing your first property and spending all of your money on furniture and making the place livable. You decide to call in one of your previous contacts, the Shroud, by going to their hideout called the Den. Once there, you guys meet with old One-Armed Gerald, who gives you guys a mission to take care of a guard that's been causing them trouble in the crafting district. This guard being one that's just been a new addition to the guards and has been making trouble with all of the missions that the Shroud has been trying to do down there. Once there, you met up with your contact from the Shroud, Ismali, a goblin who had just more information as he has been a part of the guild for longer. He gave you guys just some tidbits about what he would do, being that he would just kill him, and just a little bit more information on his route and what time of day he's out and about. You guys decided to take on the mission yourselves rather than get Ismali's help. So he kind of hid away and watched you guys from a distance. Going through some setup, you guys planned out where the guard will be walking during the night. You set up a distraction with Asher. You set up a kind of like a kill spot where Hoovel was watching, and a like attention grabber with Blanche. Blanche went up, kind of showed that he was in the area and doing something somewhat suspicious, but didn't grab his attention. On the next time the guard came around, you had seemingly disappeared, and in your place, a pile of blood that you had placed, leading down into a covert. Um, the guard then inspected the covert, crawling through, and appearing on the other side when both Blanche and Hoovel just destroyed him with arrows, a trap that Hoovel had set up, and a silent spell. After a very short and well set up battle, the guard lays on the ground bleeding out, and you guys put him in one of the carts and kind of pushed him back into the hole for someone to find later.
That was not our problem.
Yeah, you guys accomplish your goal of he is no longer going to be a guard. Upon completing, you guys return to the den to turn in your quest. You gave Old One-Armed Gerald a couple items to prove that you had killed this guard. You sold him the spear. In return, you guys got 100 gold from completing the quest and 100 gold from selling the spear. And afterwards, Ismali congratulated you guys on a good mission and told you in the future, if you ever need his help, he would join you guys on missions for his fair cut. And you guys went back to your house and got a fair night's rest. So that is where we will pick up this session.
Yeah.
I would like to point out the specification of a pile of blood rather than a pool of blood.
Oh, did I say pile?
Yeah.
I love how after all that, it's like, kill a man, go home, sleep like a baby. Here we are.
After piling blood.
After, a pile.
It was congealed at this point. It was moving around in a bag. Which is still there.
Hey! You gave me that bag of blood back, right?
No, because you went to distract while I was doing that. So it is sitting in a bush.
My blood.
Now it's
my
all like
blood.
Now it's all like overnight
Spotted.
blood.
Gross. Yeah.
So yeah, you guys have gotten a long rest since the last time, if you guys haven't done that. And you wake up the top floor of your building.
Okay, guys, bring it in. Bring it in. Huddle time. Hoovel? Hoovel?
Wake up, Hoovel! He's not a morning owl.
Okay. Sounds like we're pretty stacked now. Still kind of suspicious that spear was of the magical variety. Not that any of us could use it anyways. But we're doing good on money now, so let's expand our horizons. Let's make some new contacts.
Okay. Any ideas?
We turn on Hoovel.
Let us let's go patrol.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So to expand on that, we are vigilantisms ourselves.
Yeah. Last time
Batman.
it was off
Bat
scene,
owl.
but I think off camera is what I'm meaning to say. We did some good
Discussion.
guy stuff, and it lured like this vigilante group to like make contact with us. and we're gonna try and expand on that. So
Yeah. So
we Batman in it.
for the stream, in the session zeros, the group has come in contact with the local vigilante group known as the Grey Bear Syndicate. They've had very little contact with them. Just one mission given to them after the group had seen them do good. So, aside from what it would seem, the party has a good side.
Yeah, look at us. We're wild horses. We cannot be good or bad. I forgot how the saying goes.
No, that was perfect.
No, nailed it. 100%. That's how the saying goes.
Wild horses can't be good or bad.
Yeah.
Again, as you guys walk through the streets of the Ash District, you see some familiar faces. Again, no one you really like have any personal connections with, but the usual suspects that are always kind of like peddling. As you climb to the top of these stairs, you see a familiar older man sitting on a bench, kind of leaned back, kind of like trying to grab people's attention anytime they come by.
This guy
rolling a set of dice, kind of trying to coax people into a game of chance. Are you guys stopping, or are you guys?
I'm thinking about
This is someone you've seen like here all the fucking time.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's here quite often. You've also seen him in the Shanty District. Just kind of like trying to get people that may already be prone to gambling, and just tries to prey on that.
Blanche doesn't really pay attention as while Blanche is walking, he's kind of mumbling to himself. Just clearly focused on something. He's just like, man, so I think I need like 4 more desks. And then I need to think about like stocking the shelves with some stuff. And he's just kind of like mumbling to himself about the house and how to improve their living situation.
Okay.
Passing by, I kind of squint at him. I'm like, I know you. I'm not falling for your games. And I'm following behind Blanche.
Are you in your normal Asher form?
I am in my Asher humanized form.
We need to make you a mini.
Yeah, I forgot to do that.
Yeah.
We'll have that before next session. I'll write it down.
Yep.
All right.
Nah, these guys again.
As we walk up to the gates, I already have 3 copper out, and I hand it to him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, you walk up, you hand them the 3 copper. This is the main gate, so they also pat you guys down. I don't believe you guys have anything that they would be looking for at the moment, as you didn't really keep anything from your last mission.
Negative.
So yeah, they pat you down. They take note of like weapons, but they don't like confiscate anything, and let you through.
And then I believe we are just making our way straight to the crafting district.
The crafting district?
Isn't that the mercantile?
We want to patrol in like the merchant place.
Yeah. I will actually show the.
Oh yeah.
It's just a little mock-up, but the kind of Kesdon district map. I'll also stream on Discord, so you guys can just look at that.
He also sent it into the Discord general chat. If Paisley and Levi wanted to look at it.
So you guys are in the Ash district. You guys can, if you're looking for like the trading district, there is a trader district on the top left. The district that you guys were in last time was the crafting district.
Oh yeah.
They
Let's
have
go to
less...
the trader district.
Okay.
I thought those were the same thing.
Yeah. So you would pass through 1, 2, 4 gates.
Including the ash?
Including the one that you just did, yeah.
Okay, so it'd be an extra 9
Yeah.
copper? Okay.
I like
pay
your
for-
map.
I
It's
pay
so
for all of it.
colorful. Yay.
Yeah, and you guys have seen the other districts before, so I will just jump right over there.
Yeah, we did go through them all. The trader district is a new one for stream.
Yeah, so I
We-
will...
If we pass through any of the new districts, I'd say we show them.
Exactly, yeah.
But
Okay. You guys will come through this gate. Fetch all players. Okay.
and then I have spent quite a lot of time here.
Yes. And then to get the atmosphere going,
This is a good looking map.
it is still fairly early, almost midday, as you guys arrive in this district.
Okay. Then Blanche the entire time has just been continuously mumbling to himself
Mm-hmm.
About the various things that he's thinking about.
Right.
So he just continues on, clearly on a mission.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you guys step into this district, this is the trader district. Blanche, you've spent a fair amount of time here. Hoovel, you've also spent a fair amount of time here, as this is where Nick runs his shop.
Yeah.
Oh, good old Big Dick Nick.
Dick Nicky.
Here, there is a section of the district that is just a gigantic farmer's market of stalls that sell various wares, and then there's a centralized building in that section that is also set up just specifically for people to set up their stalls and sell whatever they're selling. This is generally where people come when they're just like traveling merchants. They'll set up their cart, stay here for like a few days, and then take off and come back whenever they have more things to sell.
Kyle,
Yes.
can you take note of something? I want to talk to you after stream.
Okay.
It's a new business idea, so just take note that I have a new business idea for D&D.
For our business? For the
For
bottom of the
within
house?
our D&D session.
Oh.
But I just want to talk to him about it outside of stream.
Okay.
Keep
have
it
that
secret.
Sweet.
But yeah.
Since crime rarely comes during the day, seems like we're gonna do a little shopping first.
Yeah.
Just
So
pretty
besides the like farmers market area, most of this section of the city is permanent residency. Less so on the side of like housing, more so on the side of buildings that have been placed here and are like a store. This is kind of like the peak of traders. If you are known and you have made a name for yourself in the trading business, you have been given land here and have your own store. That's kind of how you know you've made it.
We will have a store here one day.
Other than that, this district is one of the few gates leading outside of the city. The only gates leading outside of the city being this one in the Galantic district, the one in the Ash district, and then one in the school district. It seems like this is one of the more so districts that some guards kind of use to come in and out of the city when they're patrolling the forest outside of the city. as they don't normally go through the school district. And that would be the only other north entrance. Other than that, that's
Besides the secret northern entrance out of Drake's Fair.
other than that, you guys don't have a lot of like just knowledge about this place other than it sells a bunch of stuff and guards use it as kind of a pass through. Some people use it somewhat as a social district, just going out with their friends and perusing wares but never actually buying anything. Yeah.
Like if the mall was outside.
Exactly. Yeah.
As we start approaching here, Blanche like kind of snaps back like why we're here, and he turns to his fellow favored, because we're the favored few.
That's us. Name dropped.
And he's like, okay, so while we're walking around here, try to pick up on some rumors, maybe spread some yourself of some stuff that's been going around here. Find out if there has been any significant crime or recurring crimes. We need to find out where they've been hitting, what time of day, things like that.
If you want to gossip, I have you covered.
Exactly.
I am on that like butter on toast.
Talk to people, get them to talk to you.
Yes, sir. I hope we get a shop here one day. That would be so cool. And while you're at it, let's get like a huge mansion.
Working on it.
And as you guys step through the section, you're immediately like, as soon as you look around, if you lock eyes with anyone, they're just like, "Oh, well, hello! Welcome to my shop. Peruse your wares. I can have anything that you want."
Peruse my wares?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I go through my
backpack
backpack.
on me. Yeah. I got that Kuatoa lube.
The Lubatoa?
A Lubatoa. You want to be a slick boy? I got you covered. Just kidding.
And
I'm
with
saving
that, I
for
believe
our own
we
shop.
are splitting up for a second to gather information
Okay.
and to
I'll
do
take
our
this
general
way.
shopping.
Oh wait, I'm gonna go inside this big building. I'm taking this way.
All right. Who wants to go first on their little escapade?
We can start
Wait.
Paisley.
All right.
Oh. Okay. I walk up the steps
Well,
of the
because we
building.
suggested each other, I say Levi goes first.
Oh, it's Levi.
All right.
Don't
Levi.
come this way. Go
Hoovel.
east. Yeah.
As you guys go into this section of the district, your teammates kind of split up and they're like, "Go do all this stuff." What are you doing?
I'm finding a convenient roof that I can perch upon and just listen to everyone. And I'm gonna like go to roof.
Okay.
He's gonna like fingers on his temples, like zone in on other people's conversations, like superpower.
Like owls are good for their hearing, right? So
Yeah. So around here, I will say
Is it hearing or is it eyesight?
a little bit of both. I
I
think.
was hearing. Yeah. Like,
No. Okay.
But as you look around, the rooftops that you can see you could be on top of these stalls. It might be a little bit awkward as they are the same level as up here, so you would be like same level with other people. You could potentially get up on some rooftop buildings across the street. That would probably be harder to listen in on people, but you would be able to see them fairly well. You could also get on top of this large building. Again, it might make listening in a lot harder, but you would be directly above other stalls.
yeah, I'm gonna get up on that big building.
Okay. And if you wrap around the backside, it doesn't seem like there's as many people, but still give me a stealth check as you are trying to be stealthy about it.
All right. Oh shit. 16.
Yeah, that's more than enough. So you wrap around the backside, kind of look around. Doesn't seem like a lot of people use the backside of this building. Kind of flap your wings, get on top of this roof. On top, it is less solid than you were thinking. It is like tent material. But as you kind of gather yourself, you can crawl around the roof and listen in on people if you would like.
Just like the imprint of his boots on the tapestry. Not suspicious at all.
Yeah, so as you move around here, where are you trying to listen in on, or who?
No one in particular. I'm just like slowly going around, just listening to everyone, and I'll just like do some type of grid patterny thing, trying to get everywhere.
All right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Could you give me a general perception check? And I guess more so what I'm looking for. Ooh, nice. Is are you
Okay.
trying to listen to people on the inside of this building, or go, like skirt around the outside and listen to the people on the outside?
Inside,
Okay.
and that was a 25.
Sweet, yeah. So as you skirt around, kind of like peeking into little gaps in the tent, you see like just a thoroughfare of like different vegetables and produce. You see people selling like fish goods. It seems there's a lot of food inside of here, things that people probably wouldn't want to be cooking outside in the day. But there are also many other things like just general adventuring goods. Some people selling things that you don't really know what it is. Just kind of like different like what looks to be granule materials of different colors. But as you're looking in with a perception of 25, you said?
Yeah.
You do overhear a couple of the people. And give me 1 second. You hear a woman talking to one of her coworkers, presumably, saying, "Did you hear the other day? Our delivery got delayed. It seems like they were attacked as they got inside the building." As soon as you hear this, that kind of cues you in. Yes, I thought the Silver Swan was somewhat of a trustworthy service, but I guess they can come to issues all on their own. Yeah, and the other woman responds to her and little more gruff kind of says, "Well, I believe the package that was intercepted was carrying some very valuable goods. It doesn't seem like something that you would want to just send willy-nilly to any courier service, and that's why we use the Silver Swan. They seem trusted, but we might have to look to hiring adventurers next time. Just seems like they might be a little more trustworthy."
Do I see the people that are saying this?
Yeah, if you look in, they are on the northeast side of the building.
All right, I try to like memorize their faces for maybe a future job or something.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like they are working the stall. Uh, in the stall, you can see different varieties of weapons. Doesn't seem like they have anything like magical or like super decorative. It seems they have like just a lot of different types of weapons that a basic adventurer would want to get. Um, uh, themselves, you see a woman, uh, probably more so like the front person, long blonde hair, nice dress, fairly like dressed, like her face is make-upped and presented herself as like a very wealthy person. The other person talking to them, probably like the expert or the back person, somewhat scarred up in the face, looks to be more of a seasoned adventurer, dressed more so for like usefulness rather than just looks. She has what looks to be a rapier on her side, and just like pockets lining her belt. She herself has like somewhat graying hair, and poking through you see pointed ears, which you would believe to be elf.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Once that conversation is done, I just move along.
Okay. And it does take some time before you hear that conversation, and you keep surrounding the area. But as you keep patrolling, below 50, I'll go to Asher. Above 50, I'll go to Blanche. Asher,
Hello. Let's
what
do it.
are you doing? So, kind of backing it up, you guys have just split off. You see Blanche moving west, you see Hoovel moving east, and you walk up the steps into this grand building of sail.
Yeah, feeling attracted to the biggest, shiniest thing. I decide to first start by exploring this kind of undercover market.
Okay. Again, you see a lot of like produce and things that people generally don't want to be just out in the sun all day. But you also see a few stalls that are like weaponry and adventuring goods. People that probably have paid a little bit more to be in this building rather than just out and about.
So I can assume that these people are like installations. They like are from around here and would see things from the trading district.
Correct. Yeah. It seems. Give me a perception or investigation.
Let's do perception.
Oh,
Nice.
The +3 too.
the omnipotent Asher.
I see. Oh.
As you look around, indeed, these the different wares seem to be from outside of Kesdon. Different things brought in from across the continent, like, and each stall seems to have like a specific good. Like, there's like a cheese stall and a like vegetable stall and a fish stall. More like specific things.
Yeah. Like
Uh,
specialized. This is the one thing they do.
Yeah, and even though they are specialized, they still have a variety of goods. So like the cheese stall has like different kinds of cheeses. There's yellow, white. You can see like a bluish, almost
Just keep naming colors, go.
almost like
Kyle, do they have pink cheese? I gotta
pink
know.
cheese. Yeah, they have pink cheese.
Man, these guys have everything.
They have every single kind of cheese available. There's yellow, there's white, there's bluish, and there's pink. That's all of the colors of cheese.
But besides them, you see kind of similar to Hoovel. Looking around, you see the different stalls that have like powder in bowls just kind of out for people to look at. And you just see people going about their day, people looking at different wares, putting them back, probably not super sanitary, but people don't care about that these days.
That's some new age bullshit.
Right? Like,
Food safety. Get real.
But yeah, so if as you're looking around, a lot of people are just going about their day, not even really paying attention to you.
Well, that's gotta fucking change. The
she
first-
walks in here, not everybody turns their head. She's like, this is fucking bullshit.
The first place I choose to explore is this one with the many books.
Okay, yeah, you walk in. It seems there's a
They have all kinds of books. There's white books, there's yellow books.
There's the kind of bluish book.
pink books. Yeah.
These guys have everything too.
You walk in, you see a older elven man with white hair, somewhat enruptured in a book. That's not the word.
We making
Enthralled?
things up.
Enthralled.
It's okay. Yeah.
Enthralled in a book, not really noticing your approach, but as you get a little bit closer, he looks up and
or erection.
erectioned in his book.
You know how
yeah.
they say.
The age-old phrase.
Yeah.
I'm erectioned with this book.
And you see him kind of look up at you and kind of like motions to the books at the side. Says, yes, you are more than welcome to peruse, and goes back down, looks at his book, and with your perception, I'll go with that. You can see as he's flipping through this book, he's not reading it, but more so he's looking over it, looking for imperfections. And as he's flipping through, you see he kind of like checks the center seam of the book, and it seems to be a little worn. He looks to have picked it up from this desk over here, and then he takes it over to this workstation and starts kind of working, somewhat repairing this book.
Yeah, little backstory. I love books. This is like how I spent all of my days as a student. It was just like in the theater, or if I wasn't in the theater, in the library, just like reading stuff and reading it out loud to myself because I loved the way my own voice sounded. You know.
As you start looking through, he continues repairing this book, calls over his shoulder and says, if you are looking for something in particular, just let me know.
Well, I do have some questions. Where do you get your books from? Are they sourced anywhere in particular?
And it closes his book, sets it aside, and turns around. Well, I myself am not a traveler of sorts, but I do have people that come to me, seeming if they have any books that I have not seen, or just interesting books that I have seen but not for some time. They just all bring them to me, sell them. I can determine how they are priced and then sell them here.
As he's talking, I'm kind of like looking, I'm listening to him, but I'm like looking through the books, kind of like distractedly, but still like, yeah, like listening to what he's saying and kind of communicating that.
Okay. And he continues on, somewhat praising himself as he does, saying, yes, and as they come to me, most adventurers aren't the most delicate with their books, so I appraise, buy, and then repair, and then sell back to those of higher knowledge that want to further increase their own knowledge.
do see a lot of interesting ones coming from adventures. I'm looking over these books and I'm like, these not so interesting. Do you have anything different? Something perhaps a little bit rarer?
Rarer. Are you looking for rarer in the sense of knowledge for knowledge's sake? Or are you looking for rarer as in magical properties?
Perhaps a little bit more of the magical variety.
Ah,
I like to
terrific.
learn, but like a good story better.
If you are looking for magical, I do have some scrolls that
Ooh.
could be procured and used. I also have these, and he like picks up a stack of books that seem to be less taken care of, um, but each have like an inscribed, like uh, they seem to be like leather books that have been hand inscribed by whoever, and kind of like pats them and says, and these are some journals or spell books from previous adventurers that might find its way into a new owner's hands if you so wish to learn some new spells.
I I'm looking through these leather journals, a little bit more keyed in here. While I'm like looking through them, I'm gonna ask him, so have you had any issues with supply lately? Is this all you've managed to cure?
Yes, so I do have a fair supply of stories and knowledgeable textbooks, but these are more so on the rare side, so I don't get very many of these in. They kind of come and go as they do.
Okay. Any of these pertaining particularly to bardness or warlock variety
Uh,
that I'm noticing in the stack?
Looking through the books, they mostly pertain to wizard, as they are like wizard spell books. So learning them from like a warlock or bard standpoint, um, you kind of already have the spells in your spell like knowledge base. Um, but I don't believe bard or warlock would get like any additional benefit from like a spell book.
Okay. I put the stack of books back in his hands. I'm like, maybe another time. And I leave. I'm like, what was I doing again? Didn't I have a mission? Like to myself
Yeah.
as I'm leaving.
Okay. So while you're doing that, Blanche.
Okay, so the first thing Blanche is doing is, as he's walking around, we talked a little bit about it throughout the week. I'm going to be looking for like general resources to start stocking up the our place for.
Right.
Um, I'm going to. I'm not going to be purchasing anything yet, but I'm going to be taking note of like, oh, I think this would be good, and just start compiling a list of stuff that I'm going to be gathering.
Okay.
With pricings and everything. I'm just going to be like creating a list of that things as I make my way to the end of this road here. To a friend of mine and see if he is in, because I know that he's not always here.
Yes. So as you approach the store that's like a white tent with a orange top to it, you can see, and I will put a sign out front because there would be.
As I approach in, I'm like, Arnak, you in here?
You can see someone like digging under their desk, and as you say that, you see a somewhat yellow-skinned tiefling pop his head above the desk, and somewhat scrambles around hopping over some tables, as it doesn't look like he has any like door to get around, and just is kind of like climbing over his own stock as he approaches you and just says, "Ah, yes, hello, welcome back. I have procured more things for you to look at. What brings you in today, if I may so ask?"
As I just start like browsing his stuff, let me know if you think anything would catch my eye. But I'm just gonna be like browsing, like going through his stuff and just chatting with him. I'm gonna be like, well, I've heard that there's been some issues in this district recently, pertaining to um, some, and I'm just gonna like make things up. Like items gone missing, things not being delivered. I have no idea if any of this stuff is true, but I'm just gonna be like saying, like there's been some issues in this craft or in this district recently, and I've been asked to take a look and see what's going on.
Yeah, and as you do, he kind of says, "Ah, yes, that comes with the trade. All of us that work here also know that there are some dubious people out there that would want to steal our things when our backs are turned. But I have persevered, and I had a little bit of trouble the other day with these hooligans trying to steal my things, but I caught them, no problem. Nothing happened of significance, but other than that, I haven't had much trouble, but I know there's quite a bit of trouble after hours for some of the other stalls that maybe haven't locked up their things very tightly and get their merchandise stolen while they aren't even there. Other than that,
so some places around here just don't have the level of security.
correct. Yes, I lock up shop pretty tightly when I'm not here, which is not most of the time when my stock's here. But I know other people have trouble with that.
Do you know if there's been any like reoccurring incidences that are like possibly from the same kind of group, or they seem kind of more random?
Yeah, so there's like a group of kids that go around during the day. I say kids, they're probably young adults, as he does like quotes, much like yourself, but they seem to have like a racket going on where they distract one of the sellers, and then the others kind of go in, steal their stuff, and run off before they really know what's going on. But that, I think they normally go around during the day. I don't know of any specifics going on at night.
Of course, I wouldn't expect you to know all the answers. I was just seeing if you had heard of anything. I gotta look out for my people before
Right.
I go around helping everyone else.
And he like touches his nose and then points at you. Good on ya.
Does he have anything that would have caught my eye?
Yeah, so as you're looking through his things, you see like a sword that is beautifully like crafted and has like adornments all over it, with like a green blade. You see a cloak that seems to be somewhat tattered towards the bottom, but as you look at it, it's kind of like that like if you've seen any of those videos of like the darkest black.
Oh yeah,
where
like Vanta Black.
Yeah, it's weird because like to like wave your hand in front of it because it looks just like a void.
All that goes with that, like the artist himself, like such a weird thing.
You're real quiet, Paisley.
Oh,
You're better.
Really?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. I'll
Uh,
project.
You see a white, somewhat like porcelain mask that kind of cuts off just under the nose. And the only like key features of it is two open eye holes, and then just as the nose comes up, it kind of looks like it forms into almost a beak.
I take note of the mask and the cloak, and I'm like, these are really interesting here. I'm gonna come back. If these are still here, I would like some more information. Obviously, I'm conducting an investigation right now, so I can't really peruse and
Yeah,
go
of
through this
course,
so
of
much.
course.
But I am interested in these two things, so if you can keep these in mind for me, I'd appreciate it.
I will. I won't promise that they won't be sold, but I will keep you in mind if anyone is trying to get these for a little bit cheaper. Might hold them for a bit.
I appreciate that, and if you do hear anything, feel free to let me know. I'll be in town, obviously, but I'll be around this district for a while, trying to find out what's going on.
Of course.
And with that, I thank him for his time, and I head back out.
All right. Oops. There we go. So yeah, he kind of like gives a small bow and goes back to what he was doing. You see,
Clambers his way back over his desk.
yeah, you see as he does take those two things and kind of sets them still on display, but off to one side.
Not centerpieced.
Yeah.
Sweet. There's no need to talk about magic items and stuff while we're in stream, so I'll talk to you about it afterwards.
I mean, you can or not.
Yeah. I'm also like, we're also doing stuff, so I'll do it later.
All right.
But then I go back out and having talked to my contact in the town, got a little bit of information. I'm gonna walk around and I'm gonna see if I can see those kids that he was talking about, those young adults, those quote unquote adolescents.
All right. So I will have you
Those young
roll.
whippersnappers.
Yeah, them whippersnappers. Roll a perception check or investigation.
That is a 19 perception.
All right. So yeah, you kind of sit there and you look around. Right away, nothing out of the sort seems to be happening. Just kind of a normal shopping street. People going about their business. And that was 18, you said?
19.
19. As you are going down the street, you do see there's this person kind of like peddling some general wares, like hay, grain, just very basic.
Ooh, stuff I might want to keep in the I start writing stuff down.
Yeah. And you see him kind of talking to a more rotund looking merchant type. And as you pass by, you kind of overhear them kind of talking about maybe him buying in bulk. And as you do, this guy is focused in on the talks. You see you don't know if it's a child or just a smaller person.
Well, because old child are just smaller people.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
I like when you shrink them down.
But you see a cloaked, shorter figure come up behind this person and starts somewhat digging in their pockets.
I as I'm walking forward, And I see that, I just kind of slow down. I don't want them to notice that to see that I notice them,
Okay.
but I'm just gonna keep an eye on them.
Yeah, and it's not like they're Skyrim style, like come up behind the person, crouch down, and digging in their pockets. They're kind of just like standing behind them, not
Yeah.
like looking at them, but slowly kind of like dig in their pocket a little bit, take something, look around, go back in on the other side, take something else out of another pouch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, like I said, slow down. I'll be writing in my little notebook. We'll be writing down, buying from bulk from this guy. I can get this kind of deal. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff he's actually talking to him about. I'm taking note of that. But I'm going to wait for this guy to finish up, and then I would like to follow this guy without him noticing.
Okay. So yeah, as those two are continuously talking, the person kind of takes a few things out of his pockets, and then starts walking off in this direction.
Okay.
And if you're trying to follow, like, without
yeah.
being seen, I will have you roll a stealth check.
Yes. Ooh, that's 25.
Nice. So yeah, you feel like, again, you're not like hiding. You are trying to blend into the crowd and tail him without them noticing. And then as you do, you kind of see them go back here, and then slowly kind of go around a corner, sit back on some boxes and start digging through what looks to be 2 pouches that they've procured off of this person.
All right. While I'm gonna sit there and watch for a little bit, do I notice anybody else around? Do they talk to anybody? Do they look like they're waiting for anyone?
They dig through their pouches a little bit. The only other person around here you see is this purple tiefling. Looks like she's like taking stock of a couple things. Sees you, nods, smiles, and then goes back to what she was doing. Not really like paying attention to what you're doing, just another person in the general vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
This first person seems to dig through their pouches, and then you see as one of the pouches they pull out and drop in a few coins, and then in the other pouch you see them pull out like some not notes but like papers. Seems less interested and kind of puts that down, but goes back and starts counting the coin that was in the one other purse.
But it doesn't look like he's like looking around for anybody, or there's nobody else like paying him any attention.
Not at the moment.
Okay, then I'm going to while still being like hidden from him, like even if it's like back behind the boxes, or maybe I like slide underneath the cart here. I'm just gonna sit on the crate like right next to him.
Okay.
So I just want, like, for him, I just want to like appear there.
Okay.
And as soon as I like get there, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, you have a minute to talk?"
Yeah, and as you speak, he is visually startled, and turns around real quick, puts the stuff in his cloak, away from eyes, and then kind of like puts up his hands, and steps back a little bit, and you hear like, hello, I was just counting my money, and
There's no need to hide that man's pouches from me.
as you say this, they kind of slouch a little bit, and nod.
And I motion to one of the boxes that's next to him. Have a seat.
Kind of nods, and you can see the timidness. Hops up on a box and plops down. Still hasn't like revealed the face, kind of head down, and hands still kind of like in the side cloak. Definitely timid still. So what are you looking from me? What?
How long have you been doing this?
Uh, uh, like, just being me, or
Checking what's in people's pockets.
uh, um, make a either persuasion or intimidation.
Ooh. Persuasion or intimidation. They're both the same, so it's a 10.
All right. Uh, long enough that I normally do not get caught. Believe I'm a fair procurer of goods.
Do you work for anybody?
Uh, no.
Would you like to?
There's a long pause. It says, depends on who's offering.
And as he says that, I'm going to create a minor illusion in my hand using shadows of himself, like as I see him right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it to like draw attention to him. I'm just kind of doing it in my hand. Just kind of like showing that I too work in the shadows.
Okay.
My magic being of shadows. My quote unquote magic, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna say I have a small group of people that are doing similar things. And we're looking for some people to help us stock our shelves and line our pockets.
This is like a bring your moment. It's like not not an honest day's work, have you, lass? Or something like that.
We need somebody. I'm gonna cause a distraction. I need you to pickpocket from this guy and plant it on this guy.
Yes.
Just blatantly steal.
Yeah, a super original mission.
Yeah, super original.
We just came up with it right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Never once before seen.
Mm-hmm.
If you use this, tell everybody, like, we gave you the idea.
Right, yeah. And if anyone else uses that idea, they stole it from us. Anyway, kind of looks down. You can see him look into the cloak and then looks up at you, and you do catch a glimpse. And I will change the character real quick. Boop.
You can morph it.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if you morph it if it keeps the size.
Oops.
This is a testing experience,
Yeah.
everybody. We haven't used
More.
morph very much.
Fuck. How do I... Oh, wait, it's right click, yeah.
Yeah, and then go to morph. No, it does change it to the original size. Okay.
Yeah. You
There we
see a halfling figure, reddish hair, kind of like a snub nose, looks up at you, still kind of like in their cloak, looks up at you and says, "Well, that does seem like an interesting offer. What would be in it for me?"
Well, we're not expecting any cuts from any pouches you acquire, any pockets that you slip your hand into. We're looking for someone to send people our way if they're looking for assistance in things such as these. If people are looking to acquire specific things, looking to acquire specific information, we're trying to branch out our networking. All we ask is for you to send people our way if they are looking for something that you think would suit our set of skills. Of course, we'd pay you for anybody that you do send.
Of course.
And once we get our establishment up and going, if you ever need to get rid of something, I'll know the people to do that.
very interesting. There are sometimes I do come across uh, interesting items that seem to draw a little too much attention. Uh, I think that would be a fair deal.
And I ask him for his name.
Yes. A name.
Yeah, a name. Yeah. They usually have one of those.
Yep, and that name is looking into my mind vault. My name is Filon. Filon. Or I-N. Filon.
Okay. Feloin, it's a pleasure to meet you. And I tell him where he can reach us.
After he tells you his name, he reaches out. And I've given you my name.
And I take his hand, and I do introduce myself as Blanche.
Okay.
And as I shake his hand, I do leave a gold coin in his palm.
Ooh. He looks at it, smiles, like creeps across his face, almost like a devilish smile, puts it in his cloak and says, "Well, Blanche, I do look forward to working with you."
And before he leaves, I'd like to ask, and that second pouch that you had, you didn't seem too interested. As a favor of goodwill, do you mind if I have it?
Oh, sure. And hands over. And it's like, it is a coin pouch, but as he puts it in your hands, it's like, it feels as if you just like grabbed a bag full of receipts.
Okay.
Where it's just like papers shoved in there. And do you look inside of it?
Not yet.
Okay. So yeah, it just feels like a bag full of like mishmash papers.
Yep. There might be some information in there that's useful, so I figured I can get it.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I give him a nod. I put the pouch underneath my cloak, and I hop off the box and make my way.
All right. And
I don't think this guy would be the adolescent group that the other guy was talking about.
Yeah, you don't know.
I don't know.
He didn't really seem like an adolescent. Just
that and I wanted to check to see if he was a part of a group, if he was expecting anybody else or things like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I was checking. When I was waiting.
Mm-hmm.
So because this isn't part of that group, I don't feel like I have to do anything about this specific guy. So figured might as well branch our the word of mouth.
Okay.
And then I head back out.
All right.
Back on the hunt.
Yeah. As you exit, you no longer see the person that was talking to this guy, and he seems to kind of just be looking about, not really like pointing and trying to get people to come over to him, just kind of standing there.
He knows what he does.
Yeah. All right. So while you do that, Hoovel, back to you. You've been going up around this rooftop, listening on people down below. Could you give me a second perception check?
Yeah. $22.
Dope. So as you're looking around, you hear somewhat of a commotion near the north entrance where you guys first came in. As you look down, you see, as I set this up, a guard down here seems to have been knocked down and is in the process of getting up. His helmet has been like pulled down over his face as he's like fixing it while he's getting up, and you see 3 children running down the street.
God damn it!
I'm going to follow them.
Okay. Are you following them closely, or just kind of like going about the rooftop?
Rooftop.
Okay. So as you head over to the corner, they are running down the street, like kind of pushing past people as they do, knocking down like another person, as they kind of like one of them slides through their legs as they are like off balance. Another one jumps and hops over them, pushing them down.
Parkour.
Yeah, and then like the third one's kind of just like running alongside of them, seeming to like be carrying a sack. As they round this corner, you can see as like 2 guards emerge from the side. They kind of like stop and then change directions, going back, as the guards start giving pursuit, like yelling. One of them sends up like one of the flares, or actually no, they wouldn't send up a flare for this. They just start pursuing. What are you doing?
Just gonna watch.
Okay.
And keep an eye on the kids.
Okay. As you continue watching, the 2 guards pursue, going down the alleyway. The kids kind of like keep weaving and bobbing through different sections of the market, kind of like making the guards fall back a little bit. But the guards are like still on their trail. As they're weaving and bobbing, Blanche,
Yes.
you would be kind of coming out of your way and seeing pretty far down the road some commotion as people are like gasping as these 3 children are running through like physically running through the stalls as they're hopping over counters to kind of like get away from these guards pursuing them.
Okay. Then I would like to.
And then, Asher, I don't know what you were planning on doing next, but if you were planning on exiting the building, you would probably also start seeing this. If you were planning on doing other stuff in the building, we can get to that next.
Okay, let's get to it next. I wouldn't be cued into in this point in time that something was in the works. So I'd probably be like shopping a little bit and then be like, wait, I'm on a mission. And then like, oh, but that looks really cool. Bluish and pinkish shirt. And I'm like gonna probably not be up in that business.
Okay, so yeah, Hoovel, as you're watching, the 3 children are somewhat like losing the guards as the guards are like both like not able to jump through all of the stalls, and then as the children are going through, they like knock over something, and like one of the guards like stops, picks it up, puts it back on the shelf, and then continues the chase, seeming to somewhat fall behind.
But as I see the kids, I am going to. I'm going to just watch as well. See if they. See which direction they go. Keep eyes on them, and then if need be, I will follow.
Okay. You watch as they like get out into this central area, and then take like a quick left down this alleyway, and then go behind this tent. As the 2 guards round the corner, they continue straight.
Okay.
And then as they do, one of them veers off this way, and the other one veers off this way.
Okay.
So Blanche, I would say you saw them as they went down there, and Hoovel, you would see them from overhead, kind of like peeking around the corner, huffing and puffing, watching the guards veer off.
Do I see Blanche?
I'm not hiding. I'm
yeah,
just kind of
he's not
blending
hiding,
in,
so
so I'm not.
you would probably pick him out of the crowd as you know him.
Do I see him looking at the kids?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Would I see a Hoovel?
Roll a perception check as Hoovel is trying to hide.
No.
No. So yeah, you're not like looking directly up.
Oh, you know that's where he usually is.
Yeah.
I
That's
think-
that's kind of what I was.
Wasn't
Yeah.
that the one where he rolled like a 25 for stealth or something, though?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I rolled a 25 for stealth.
Oh, it was a 6. I don't remember what he rolled.
he rolled fairly high. But Hoovel, if you want to, you can make yourself known. But as of right now, you don't see Hoovel, unless you're
Okay.
like
Well,
looking
if I
for
see
him.
him looking at the top where I am, I may like quickly poke my head out.
I wouldn't have really been like searching for you. It would have more just been like, probably out of reflex. I would have just glanced up to the roof
Okay.
to see if he was there.
If you guys are both wanting to see him, then yeah. You look up and Hoovel, you can see like a little head poke over, nod at you.
I just look up and I just see two owl eyes staring directly at me.
Ah,
And then one of them just slowly winks.
yeah.
As Levi do.
hmm We blinked one eye after the other in this family.
It'd be funny if he had like chameleon eyes, so one eye was directed at me, the other one was at the kids.
Well, it's also like the where it has like the second layer, so it like blinks sideways and then blinks top to down.
Oh yeah, that would have been great. Levi, change your character.
Nope.
Man, I didn't think I would find the kids so quickly. I didn't have a plan for if I did.
Ah, you gotta hate it when everything goes as planned.
I'd like to sneak up on the kids.
Okay.
Do you want me to keep the same stealth roll or roll a new one?
Yeah, you can keep it. They're not like really looking for you. It seems like they're like they were peering around the tent, and as the guards are leaving, they kind of go back and are like catching their breath, talking amongst themselves.
I'm gonna do the exact same thing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be sitting on these benches or these boxes.
Yeah. And as you are you making yourself known right away, or are you like listening in on them?
I'll listen for a second.
Okay. So you listen in, and one of them's just like, "All right, what'd you get?" And the other one opens up the sack, and you can see different cheeses, like blue cheese, pink cheese, yellow cheese.
Oh, like all of the cheese? They stole all of the cheese?
Almost all the cheese. You don't really see any white cheese.
Oh, okay. Whew.
Yeah. But then
That
you
would have
also
been
see
too good of a get.
you also see like loaves of bread, a couple like things of like produce, like some
Aw,
carrots,
they're
things
just
like
stealing
food.
food.
And as he opens up the sack, you see all of them kind of like reach in and take out like something and start chewing on it.
It's the old, they're not bad, they're just misunderstood bit.
I'd like to make myself known at this point.
All right.
And while sitting on top of there, and after they reach in and grab a bite, I'm just gonna ask, mind if I have a piece?
They all look up in shock, like half-bitten things. And as they look up at you, they start like packing up and trying to move on really quick.
Do I see which door? Are they trying to move this way?
Yeah, they're like beginning to
Can
start
I-
scrambling.
Can I use my my snake wraps to like grab onto the railing and pull myself in front of them?
Oh yeah, that's the perfect use for it. So yeah, as they start scrambling, you watch as you uh, kind of like punch the air in front of you, and as you do, the wrappings around your arms snake out and coil around one of like the side railings, chomping
Oh, I
down
can
with
get
like
right
a
to there.
snake head.
Nice.
And as you do, you pull your arm back, and the wraps coil back around your arm, acting as like a grappling hook, pulling you in front of them. And as you do, they kind of like the front one's like kind of skids to a stop and falls on his ass, while
I'm
the
gonna-
other
I'm
two
gonna-
are kind of like coming up behind him.
I'm gonna put my hands up. I'm gonna be like, I'm not trying to stop you guys. I just want to talk, and I'd like a bite of cheese.
The two behind them, you can see as they brandish kind of like a small knife, not like an adventuring knife that you would use.
It's like a kitchen knife.
It's yeah, like a sharpened kitchen knife. And the front one is like wide-eyed, still on the ground, reaches into the bag and pulls out like a chunk of cheese.
And he hands it to me.
Yeah.
All right. I put my hand out and I take it.
All right. You can add a chunk of yellow cheese.
Sweet. Everything I wanted.
That's it. The campaign's done.
Yep, we can go home now, guys.
Hoovel, are you doing anything while you're watching this?
No, but if they start to like book it the other direction, I'm gonna pull out my bow and shoot like an arrow, like right in front of them to make sure they don't run.
Okay.
Don't
so, yeah,
fail that check.
You're holding your action.
We're gonna
like
become
last
kid
time.
killers.
Sweet. All right. So yeah, Blanche, they are kind of like in bewilderment and seeing what you're doing next.
Give me one second. I'm adding the cheese. There we go. There's no chunk of yellow cheese in D&D Beyond, so I had to custom I add.
Why don't they
Chunk of
have
yellow-
chunk of yellow cheese?
I don't know. I feel like they're missing some key important ingredients to cheese.
Fix your shit, Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even cheese.
Not even a chunk of
Stupid.
yellow cheese. Come on, guys. But I'm gonna essentially do the exact same thing as I did last time.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, well, you guys, if you guys are causing so much commotion just for food, I can help you out.
One of the ones in back, still brandishing the knife, says, "Why should we trust you?"
Well, I haven't called for the guards yet, have I?
And the other one brandishing like a second knife kind of says, "Well, yeah, he's kind of right."
And then I explained to them pretty much the same thing. You know, we're looking to get some like-minded people together for to help us help each other. You know, that whole pyramid scheme. And I'll say, like, we can make sure you guys are stay fed if you guys are hurt, and if you ever need it, I can help you out. I can show you how to do this a little bit easier, so you guys don't get caught. Make you guys grow up into some real proficient food gatherers.
The first one that talked kind of goes, "Well, if you can get us out of our current situation right now, we will more than happy help you do that. But we're in a situation right now, so."
Okay. I'm going to signal up to Hoovel.
All right. So who will you see him signal up to you?
Is it like the caca one?
No, this
Like,
isn't mission complete. This is the come down here signal, which is caca. I don't know any other bird noises off the top of my head.
Is there anyone right below me?
At this moment, there's like a couple stalls right here with people, but no one like directly below you.
All right. When I think it's safest to do it, I just will like quickly swoop down.
Okay.
Are you doing it stealthily?
Yes.
Nice.
So
I just want more people to appear behind these children.
So yeah, you drop down and kind of like flap your wings at the last second to catch yourself before you actually like take damage. And as you land, a couple people kind of like look your direction, but then look away, not seemingly interested. But they also don't seem to have seen what you did. And then you climb down the wall and get behind these children. They don't seem to notice you.
Then I'm like, can you find us our friend? I say to Hoovel.
We have a friend. Oh yeah, other friend. Yeah. Sure.
At this point, do the kids
They
turn
they,
around?
they
and-
turn around, see this person that has appeared behind them, and look back
How
to
tall
you.
are you, Hoovel?
Like 6 foot.
Oh, so you're just like a massive owl person with a giant longbow.
Yeah.
Blanche, if you want to roll an insight check.
That'd be a 10.
Okay. These kids look at you like definitely surprised.
And as I say that to Hoovel, I'm like, we can definitely get you out of this situation. You just gotta listen to me.
Okay. All right. And kind of like puts her hand on the second one's knife and kind of lowers it as she lowers her own.
And then I'm gonna say, at first, we need you guys to hide, and I like motion to the boxes here, and I would like to help them hide if I can.
So yeah, go ahead and roll. I'll have either them roll with advantage or have you roll separately.
I'll roll separately.
Okay. All right. And then for the second one. And for the third one.
Do you want me to add anything to these, or just the rolls?
Your stealth check.
It's +6 on each.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you help them into boxes and kind of like tell them how to like be, and just be like, all right, be here, don't move.
This is how to stay hidden.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go back and sit on this box again.
Okay. And
then wait for a Hoovel to grab our friend.
All right, Asher.
He comes back with someone else.
Asher, you have now just left the book salesman.
I would like to purchase some pink cheese if I could.
All right.
In fact, I'd love some pink cheese, and then like maybe like an armful of apples. I'm just gonna be kind of relaxing, forgetting what I was supposed to be doing. How much does a wheel of pink cheese cost?
27 gold.
Ah! They don't even have pink cheese? I hate this. I'm adding it to my inventory right now.
I'll just say pink cheese is 3 silver.
You got it. Okay. Yay! Happy with my gettings. I'm gonna leave and actually start doing what I was supposed to be doing.
All
I
right.
have a bit in mind. Okay. So coming back from the way I came, I'd love to find a good spot to hide.
Okay. As you come back, where are you trying to hide? Like, what are you trying to hide next to or in?
Maybe like around this building. I'm just looking to change my outfit real quick is all.
Okay.
I'm gonna step on all your barrels, mister. Okay. Sorry, I got stuck.
As you park over this building, you can kind of slink
No!
back, slink back behind the building, and you realize that there's less people here, and you have a chance to change your clothing or appearance.
Hey, I'm just gonna change my outfit. I put on nun's robes.
Okay.
Quick lore check. Who's
Right.
the matriarch god? Is there a matriarch god?
Matriarch god, like
Like top dog or goddess of light?
there is the Jorg, Lord of Light. He is the top dog. And he's like the father of the family of gods.
Okay, so maybe I'll do Jorg then.
Okay, so you put on like somewhat
Like
a cleric robe, and the symbol of Jorg, which would just be like a sun.
Perfect. Okay, I'm like, phew. Back into the robes. Okay, here I go.
And so everyone that is watching can know, you see as Asher's outfit starts to shimmer and morph into these clothings, seemingly a magical effect on her clothing can change it.
Mom. Okay, I come out and I'm looking for a rather large crowd. I guess I'll come down this way.
Okay. As you come down this way, you can see a crowd starting to form a little bit as you see a guard helping up a what looks to be a kenku off the ground.
Ladder? Okay. I'm like walking slowly with my arms spread. Just kind of like gonna be wandering around. I'm like, children of Jorg. Is anything eating you? Are you safe at home? Has anyone stolen your sweet roll? Whisper it in my ear and feel sweet relief. There's no charge, only release from what burdens your heart. And I just kind of like go around spouting, tell me your secrets and feel better about it.
Roll a persuasion or deception.
Okay. Because, yeah, we're trying to, like, find crime and stuff, so maybe somebody will tell me? Just, like, because I'm holy?
Seeking absolvement.
Oh! What was the roll for again? Charisma
Persuasion or deception, whatever. It would probably be more deception.
Okay, I can do deception. It's a +5, so 24.
Nice. So yeah, the first person who speaks up is the Kenku that's like getting up off the ground, seemingly like dusting themselves off, and says, "I these children have been terrorizing the stalls. If the good people at the Pantheon could help and procure these people as and kind of like side glances the guard, as we have not been able to get any help
I rest my hand on his feathery shoulder. We hear your cries. I can pass along this message. And then I keep going.
Okay. We hear your struggles and are thinking greatly of you.
Yeah, I'm looking for more like confessions. I'm like yeah, I keep going about my business. I'm like, whisper in my ear your woes
With that
as I
roll,
go.
I'll say, as you start leaving, a smaller tiefling, not a child, but just like smaller in stature, starts following you.
Oh. Okay. My arms stay gently spread apart. Come to me. Tell me what trifles you. You can only feel release in letting your woes go. Okay, buddy, what's up? I stop for a moment and I turn around. I slouch to his level just slightly. I'm like, hello, child. Have you anything to say?
Well, and they seem fairly bashful as they're talking, and just, well, you said we could tell you our woes.
Anything. I will be a confidant. I will tell none if you choose this of me. I only would like to be someone here to listen. I yeah.
Could we talk a bit more in private? As they look around, and it is like a bustling street with people passing by, people in the stalls, like, 2 feet away from you, kind of just like staring at you, like, are you gonna buy anything?
I nod, of course. You lead the way to somewhere you would be more comfortable.
Oh, okay. And as you follow them, they kind of like go around this corner, and then start heading this way.
Oh.
And as they do, they go out of this section, start talking to you along the way, and says, I'm sorry, it's such a long walk. Hopefully it's nothing too, something you're looking to help with. And kind of continues walking.
Of course. No matter too small, no trek too long, child.
And as they continue talking to you, you get to the street.
Oh. Where are these two fellas?
As you get to the street, you see people have kind of like lined up along like the sides of the road, which is strange because normally you see people just walking down the middle of the road, but people have kind of lined up along the sides. She doesn't seem to be paying attention to it, but as you walk by, you see a line of give me a history check.
Okay. My history. It is. Oh, why can't I find it? Oh, it's a +2, so 17. Hey, raptors.
You haven't seen them before, but you have read about them in your stories. You see the group known as the Raptor Riders are marching down the street. These are guards that go out into the forest to make sure monsters around the city are staying away from the city.
Whoa, what a cool job.
So there's 5 of them kind of riding raptors marching through and looking to be going outside of the city at this point.
Wow. Another journey.
But the person you're following kind of like wraps around and then kind of goes into this house.
Somebody's gonna try and kill me. Okay. I'm like, oh, we're here. Is this your home?
Well, yes, please. And, like, opens the door and walks inside.
All right. And I go.
And as you walk inside, the door closes behind you.
Ah,
As there is... a man, half-orc, standing behind the door, weapon drawn, and now kind of poking in the small of your back.
ah! Damn it! Okay.
The man behind you, you kind of just like glance over your shoulder and you see like the green skin, pointed ears, small tusks that resemble like a half orc, but you don't really see much other than that as they kind of like poke you in the back, and says, leave all your belongings and you will be allowed to leave.
Okay.
Not the cheese.
Not my cheese. Well, I've got a lot of other really cool shit, so I'm a little bit concerned right now. I'm like, what? You don't want to talk about this?
Hey, aren't you in monk's robes?
Yeah.
They don't usually carry a whole lot.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
All right. Before you can turn around, they like poke you again. Don't turn around.
Oh, okay.
Leave all your belongings, and we will open the door.
Okay.
If you want to roll a persuasion, when you said, "Do you want to talk about this?" you can.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, I don't carry much, and it seemed like earlier you had something to say to me. Kind of like staring into the tiefling.
Okay.
Oh god. My persuasion is a +7, so it's a 12.
+7, that's 15.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah, +7.
Oh. Yeah. Duh.
The tiefling in front of you just kind of says, please, just drop your coin purse and you can go.
Okay. Well. So I have an action?
Yeah, combat hasn't started, so you can, it is technically your turn.
Okay. Okay. Let me see here. I'm thinking. I knew that one day one of this was gonna happen. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that the only guy from my short encounter with these two is that only that's what I was planning on doing, Dakota. I think I'm gonna cast sleep on the guy behind me.
Okay.
Because it's relatively harmless, right? Nobody's gonna die from it. Okay. I'm gonna roll. It sends somebody into sleep. I roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creature this spell can affect. And then it affects everybody at a 20 feet point. Which I suppose would be me, the point.
No, you can choose targets.
Oh, okay. So here I go. I'm gonna try and put these fellas to sleep.
All right, I'm back.
Hello.
I don't add anything to it.
Nope. I believe this would be. I can look up the spell.
Yeah, she affects 28 HP worth of people.
So it's yeah. Do either of these
Creatures
guys have?
within the 20 feet point you choose within range are affected in ascending order of their current hit points.
Okay. So what's the life total? Or I guess you can't tell me.
Nope.
Does that big orc boy have 28 points?
Are you targeting just the orc, or are you targeting the orc and the person?
It doesn't affect me, does it?
No, it's who you target.
Yeah, it's who you target.
I'm gonna do the orc.
Only?
If I can do them both, then yes.
You can.
Okay, then that.
Okay. So as you cast this, you see the person in front of you slump down, like get a dazed look over their eyes as they kind of just like drop to their knees and then drop to their side. And for a second, you're like, oh shit, it didn't work on the person behind you, as the blade seems to sink in a little bit into your back. And then you feel a relief of pressure as you look back, and it looks like they had just fallen forward as they were falling asleep.
Woo! Damn, which just punctured my spine. Ah! I kind of like look around for a second. How long does the spell last?
Duration 1 minute.
Okay. Quickly.
Starting with the creature lowest hit points. Falls unconscious until the spell ends. The sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper awake.
Can I tie his hands?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Okay, gently, but quickly. I tie Orc Man's hands and, if available, his feet as well.
Okay.
With some clothing I keep in my backpack.
Okay, so you're tying it with just clothing. You don't have any rope or anything?
I don't actually think I have a rope.
Okay.
It's one of those things that I know I'm like, oh, I never use that stuff, and then when I need it, I don't have it. So I do have fine clothes, though.
Okay. So you take out some fine clothing. It looks to be like a billowing dress with like big like billowy shoulder pieces that comes down like into like a short V-neck that has like those like wavy cloth things going down the front of it.
I'm gonna miss this one, saying to myself as I bind him.
Yeah. But yeah, the orc is bound.
Awesome. Okay, go through his pockets immediately.
Okay. Just to get
You're
the
jumping
scene
me?
going.
I'm jumping you.
So the scene, you get into like this small back room of this lesser put together house. Inside there's like a bookshelf with a couple books, a couple like things that look to be like measuring tools on a table, a barrel, just kind of like rundown equipment. There are 2 people asleep, 1 bound, and a nun going through one of their pockets.
It's like that. Call an ambulance, but not for me.
Okay. So you're going through their pockets, and on their person you find chainmail that they're wearing.
Okay. That's a little too heavy.
You find a short sword that they are using. You find a shield. Just seems like a basic shield that they have across their back. Inside of their pockets, you find a coin purse. You find some rope.
I'm fucking taking both of those. Obviously, I need rope. Okay.
And then you also find a net.
Mhm.
And
I guess would take a net too.
you find some
Hey, with the
playing
net, really,
you find a card set.
I'm leaving that stuff. If I could just throw the net over the halfling too, or the tiefling, that would be awesome.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna peek through this door really quickly. I'm just gonna open it just a smidge.
Okay. I can't open it a smidge, so I'm just gonna open it.
Yeah, you get the idea of what I'm just gonna poke an eyeball out. Okay.
Actually, as you go to open the door, it is locked.
Oh, okay. Going back through the other side then.
But if
What
you,
else is in this room, real quick? I'm just gonna fucking stuff as much as I can into my bag before I leave.
Okay. You find like some measuring instruments, and it looks to be in the middle of like a process, seeming like someone was making something on this table and then stepped away. It looks like a bunch of like measuring things. One like vial, or not vial, like what are those like sciencey measuring beaker? A beaker that's like half full of a crushed up plant like substance.
Okay. I stuff a tuft of clothing in the beaker, throw it in my backpack, dump the fluid on the ground, and then stuff that into my backpack as well. I'm like, ooh, alchemy kit. And then I'm gonna go to leave, and before I leave, I'm gonna say, "The gods are watching," and then I leave.
Okay. I don't know where you went. Oh, okay, there.
I'm leaving. I'm like, oh. All right. Oh, wait. Actually, before I leave, can I put on my normal clothes again?
Short.
Bad things happen when you dress as a holy man. I like scribble that down in my journal. Don't dress up like god men. And then I start to leave.
Dope.
Did Hoovel see her walking around as the monk?
So Hoovel, you didn't see her walking around as the monk, but after a little bit of searching, you do see Asher starting to walk back to the like small tented area.
Cool.
I'm not gonna say it yet because I don't want anybody to meta game.
Okay.
So, I'm kind of walking around a little shocked by everything. I kind of start heading back. It would have been good. Like, internal monologue. Why didn't we set up like a place and time to meet back up again? As I go, knowing I suck at planning. I'm gonna actually go the other way, the way that Blanche went. Like, I gotta find my guys. I'm getting
Like I'm
nothing
sitting out
done.
in the open in the middle of this place.
Where? I don't see anybody.
Not where you're currently at.
Oh.
If you want to head the direction that Blanche was, you just go down this road. And
Okay.
then there's an opening right here.
Yeah, I just start making my way.
Okay. And as you do, Hoovel, you're kind of like making the rounds. and you see Asher walk into kind of like the central area of this market.
Okie doke.
Yeah. I in the middle here, I do a quick scan around. Do I see anybody?
Yeah, you guys aren't trying to be stealthy, so you see both Hoovel and Blanche sitting on some boxes over here.
Okay. Seeing that these two are here, I'm like, oh, thank God. You guys have no idea what I've just been through.
Do you tell us?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm like leaning in as I tell them. I'm like,
Okay.
okay, so I had this bit, and I was gonna get people to tell me the crime just by like asking them, and then we could do like the vigilante thing. But it didn't work. I got jumped in the back of a room.
Did you mark them as being found by the Grey Bear Syndicate?
I did not.
Uh,
I just
Hoovel-
kicked their asses.
Hoovel, are they still there?
Yeah.
Hoovel, go with her. Make sure that they're bound. Leave a Grey Bear Syndicate mark.
Yes, sir. I
Put them
salute
somewhere.
him.
Put them somewhere where the guards will find them, just not yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, as we're going, I'm like, okay, Hoovel, so one of the big guy is tied up. The little guy isn't. Oh, did I tell you I got jumped by two guys? And I'm like, going.
Like, we're out here looking for crime. Paisley gets mugged, and she doesn't follow through with the mission.
I don't remember. I didn't know we were supposed to mark them. I just kicked their asses and stole the stuff. Oh, and I start telling him about the stuff I found. I'm like, yeah. So I did like a reverse mugging. Pretty proud of it. Where was the building again?
It was this one. So if we go down
I feel like she says that.
I
Like,
know.
Asher says that.
Yeah. Here. Hoover over here. Over here.
Over where? Oh,
Back
okay.
it up. Okay.
Get up, Terry.
Remember, the circles are a lot easier than the light.
Yeah.
I tell him, I'm like, okay, so there's two guys in there. Only one's tied up, and she probably let him free by now. If the spell hasn't worn off. I'm like,
like,
are
take
you
out my
ready? Okay,
Take
yeah.
out my bow and like put an arrow on it.
I open the door.
Okay. As you open up the door, you see, and you first hear them. You hear struggling from inside, and as you open the door like stops short, about halfway open, as the half orc is like halfway in the doorway. So you open up the door and it hits the orc in the head, and they are still bound by what
Yeah.
you have.
The net and then the clothes.
The net is on the person, and it looks like they have like taken it mostly off, and are kind of like sleepily rubbing their eyes.
Okay. I like go over there. I like tackle her. I'm trying to like keep her all tied up in the net. I'm like, Oval, get the big guy.
roll a grapple check with advantage, or actually I'll just have her roll with
Small?
disadvantage since
Okay.
she's sleepy.
Oh!
Oh!
And it is
19.
athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Acrobatics is a +4, so 23.
Okay, so you open up the door, see that the first one is still bound and the second one's like just getting up, and you're like, ah, and like wrap them up again in the net and have them like almost in a chokehold, and they're squirming around like fucking squirrels in a bag.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm wrestling around with her. Do I see how the orc's looking? Did you say what he was up to?
Still bound. Just got hit in the head by a door and is like struggling to get unbound, but they cannot as of right now.
Okay. I'm like, oh, the rope. I have rope now. And just kind of like, she's rolled up like a little taco in the net, and I'm gonna wrap a rope around it too.
Okay.
Yeah. To secure the hold. And now I'm gonna go over to this guy. Levi, you suck. You're not helping me at all.
I am standing there menacingly with like the bow arrow drawn back, just looking at people, make sure they don't move, and if they do, I shoot them in the leg.
You no no shooting. Only intimidating. You will you do the gray bar? Will you do the gray bar syndicate thing?
Gray bear, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sit right on top of the orc man and start tying the binds tighter.
Okay.
I find writing utensils and do the symbol thing.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. I take out my knife and carve it into the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. Where on the wall would you like to carve this?
Near where they're held.
They're right here, and they're right here.
Right.
Somewhere big and noticeable. Do it so the guard, even if they're a big old dummy, they'll see it.
Yeah, right over here.
On this wall?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you go back there and you carve just like a silhouette of a bear paw.
Is anyone bleeding?
Doesn't look like it.
Dang it, I was gonna smear it in their blood.
I mean, you could definitely cut someone.
No!
Yeah, let's do that.
You better not undo what I did. I'm yelling at him, kind of like
cut someone on the arm, get a little blood, and smear it in.
Okay, yeah. Do the big guy though. I don't want the little guy to scream. Not while we're still, not while we're still here.
While you're sitting on the half orc, they're like struggling against the bounds, or the binds, and you tighten them up. And as you lean in to tighten them up, they spit in your face.
Ah, jeez. I'm like, cut this guy. Get over here.
All right, so you cut the half orc and smear some blood across the Gray Bear Syndicate symbol.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm like, let's get out of here. We're gonna leave with the door open so that way a guard can see.
Okay. Oh, no, I got this.
Oh?
When we're like an appropriate appropriate distance away, I'm gonna fire back a blinding arrow, which is a big flash of light and a bang. So someone can come over and.
Okay, do you have one of those?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Actually, no. I'll do my unstable. Wait, unstable explosion arrows or just unstable fire arrows? I can't remember.
The unstable exploding arrows.
Yeah, those. And
Okay.
then big bang. Boom.
All right. Let me look those up. Wait, so you're muted if you're...
Oh. I was like, we better get out of here quick then. Those guys are gonna tell the guards what we look like.
Oh, yeah.
Go!
I'm following you.
Yeah, that's bad news.
Okay. Levi. When you shoot the unstable explosive arrow, please roll a d20 for me.
Alright, do I want low or high?
A 5 or below will make the arrow explode in your arrow. Or in your bow. Alright, so if you'd like to come back here.
Yeah.
So Asher, as you are walking with Hoovel, turns around, pulls back the bow goes to shoot at the doorway, and BAM! Explodes right as he lets go of the string.
Ah! Is this an area of, is this AoE damage? Oh, jeez! Okay, I was right beside him.
I believe it's that. Let me pull this up. Radius. You guys each take, or actually roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Ah. Okay, plus my dex.
Dex saving throw.
Oh, do I add anything to that then?
Depends on if you have.
I do. It's a +5. Okay, so.
17.
Okay.
Oh, dope. That looks so good.
So 17, and what was yours, Asher?
1 second. Dakota was over here distracting me. So +5. That is a 14.
Okay. Asher, you take 18 points of fire damage, and Hoovel, you take 9 points
shit.
of fire damage.
Ooh,
All right.
I almost die.
As BAM! A huge explosion of fire all around both of you. And as the dust settles, just a ring of, or like a circle of like burnt ground surrounds you guys.
All right, then I book it. After the moment of disorientation.
I try and keep up. I'm like on my last fucking leg. Yeah, back to Blanche.
Okay. Are you guys trying to be stealthy, or are you guys just running?
Well, like for the first 100 feet, I don't really want to, and then I'll like slow back down.
Okay. As you guys approach right here, guard is running towards the sound of the explosion, and as you guys are running, it says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's going on?" You
I
guys
quickly like point behind and say, the dude
Oh, no,
exploded
no.
that way. Oh shit! I'm doing. Oh. No, I didn't say that. Oh,
I pull out my measuring equipment and I was like, oh god, I was mixing a potion. It went all wrong. Nobody got hurt except for me and this schmuck, my assistant here. No need for alarm.
Well, if you were the one who did this, I'm going to need to check out the scene. If you could show me.
Oh, sure. Here, right here. I lead to the little circle. I was doing an impromptu experiment. You know how we alchemists are. We're walking and working. Oh, yes. I'm still holding my measuring equipment to look official.
Okay.
As you can see, nobody else's property got damaged. I really better go get myself to a medic, though, sir.
Oh, of course. And shoots up a fireball straight into the sky. And says, follow me, and I'll take you to one of our medical professionals. And
You're too kind. You're too kind.
starts leading you down the road.
I swear to God, if I get jumped again, I'm gonna kill my. Oh, where did he go? He literally just like disappeared from view.
He's right behind you.
Oh.
I was just changing the music because it was too epic for what we were doing.
Yeah. Emergency subsided. We can go back to like chill music.
Yeah, I don't remember what music, so I'm just gonna turn it to silence and have the day ambience. Okay. So yeah, as this happens, you see two more guards appear coming from down the road. And he kind of yells over to them and says, situation seems to be fine. I'm leading these two to a professional, but and kind of points down the road. Just check down there. It seems to be settled, but it was just down the road a little bit. You can't miss it. And as he says that, the two guards go down the road and starts leading you and offers to like put your hand over his shoulder as you're looking pretty beat up.
Oh no. In fact, I have health potions in my tent. And this is really all of my fault. Let me take care of this, okay? No need to trouble your personnel.
Roll a hefty persuasion check.
Okay.
That's like a normal persuasion check, but with a heavier dice.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me give
I'll
you the
tell
metal
you
one.
Right now you're aiming for like an 18.
Whoa!
All right.
It's a +7.
So he kind of like, and then kind of looks back at Hoovel and, well, please, make sure she gets the correct treatment. Looks like a pretty nasty burn both of you have. And normally I would have to, write you up, but just I'll let you off with a warning this time, as it seems nothing has been damaged. Just please be careful in the future.
Understood. No more working and walking, I'll just keep it all to my workshop. Okay. Yeah, and then I'll start heading back towards Blanche.
Okay. And as you guys do, he kind of like waits there and kind of watches as you guys go.
Okay. Blanche, where are you?
Same exact spot.
I don't know, like...
Safe piece you can
all the
figure this out.
buildings look exactly the same to me. Right here. Somewhere with barrels. Okay, thank you. That's what I was looking for you to do. Over here.
You guys come back fucking burnt and crispy.
Yeah, so Blanche, what you heard while you were sitting here is they go off about like 3, 4, 5 minutes later. Poof! Just this large, like, low guttural explosion.
I know it's them. I start rubbing my temples.
Guards
hey,
take off
it
going
was
that
this
direction.
guy. It was all Hoovel, okay?
Some people like kind of like as soon as it happens, they like everyone in the crowd flinches and is kind of like now talking like, what do you guys think that was? It doesn't seem like there's a huge commotion, but the guards all went that way. That probably wasn't planned. And like some people are starting to head that direction as both Hoovel and Asher come back just fucking charred, somewhat smoking.
Well, did you complete it?
The job is done.
She says, just fucking
Yeah.
almost dead.
I've got the ingredients for health potions, but no way to do them myself, too. So I'm just going to have to ride at this 5 HP thing. That's how much health I have.
Damn.
Yeah. Almost died. Okay. I'm like, now can we get out of here?
And at this point, I'm like, well, we have one thing we need to help out with first. And then I come back over here, and I ask the children to come out.
Okay. And as you do, they start coming out.
What? You got kids? Where'd you get these? Put them back.
And then I ask them, where do you guys need to go?
Well, we were just looking to get out of here. We don't have like a space to go, but as long as we can get out of here without the guards taking our food, we should be fine.
Wait, do you have parents or like anything?
No.
Oh, geez, you picked up orphans.
Asher,
Yeah.
can you disguise them?
Well, I can do my best. I break out my disguise kit and start patting them down with different powders and paints. I'm trying to make them look a little bit more cleaned up. I look back to Blanche. What would you like me to do with them?
Just make them not look like street kids.
Okay.
And slightly different.
I
Maybe make them look older.
Okay. Sniffing at them, I'm like, "Heh." And I pull out my vial of perfume and start laying it on them. I'm painting creases in the corners of their eyes. What I'm attempting to do is make them look like halflings.
Okay. Roll. I would say a performance check with since you're using your disguise kit. If you have proficiency, add your proficiency modifier.
Okay.
Well, technically it would just be a roll.
Okay. Yeah.
Using your proficiency if you have proficiency in disguise kits.
Okay. Got a 15, and then 1 second. My skin's being all dumb. Oh, it's not showing actually. I don't have proficiency.
Okay, so 15. So yeah, you kind of sit them down, and you start going over their faces. And at first, you're like, "Oh man, wouldn't it be cute if like you were a tiger and you were a zebra?" But then you're like, "Oh no, focus!" And you get like their like crow's feet going, and just like a little bit of bags under the eyes. Your perfume kind of makes them not smell like trash. And after a bit, like they still have the same clothes on, and they still generally look like the same people. But if like you hadn't seen them before, you would probably see them as like an older person,
Okay.
like an older halfling or gnome or something.
Okay, perfect. You guys look great. I'm like, chef's kiss.
And
I think this will do the trick.
Thank you, lady. And as they talk, their adolescent voice peeks through, and you're like, maybe don't talk.
And maybe
then I
say
tell
nothing.
Asher and Hoovel, I'm going to take them back to the Ash District.
Oh, okay. I need a change of look myself. I think that dropped you at attention to us, so.
Meet back at the house.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
And with that, I'm going to have the kids follow me.
Okay.
And then I am going to. I'm going to try to do the same thing I was doing earlier and like blend in with the crowds.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have them try to do the same, but I'm going to help them again But I'm also going to cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
That's me and make
Any-
it mask you and your companions.
Yeah, it's any creature within 30 feet, I believe.
Yeah. So we all get plus 10 to stealth checks.
Sweet.
I'll just let them do their advantage. If I'm helping them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're muted.
Well, while he's doing that, may I also change Hoovel's appearance? Like, paint him a different color?
Sure.
Okay, I'm like, bring it in, Hoovel. We gotta, he got a really good look at us. I don't want him to tie us to the scene we set earlier. So, here. I take some, like, charcoal black and I start painting over his feathers anywhere that is visible.
Okay. If you would like to roll another disguise kit, go for it.
15
Same
again.
number.
Nice. So yeah, it's very passable. Okay. Blanche, the kids following you seem to do fairly well.
Okay. And then I just lead them straight through the gates.
All right. For each gate you pass through, it is a copper piece per person. So it would, if you're going back to the Ash District, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 times 4, so 16 copper. If you're heading straight back there.
That's fine. I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, once you're out of like the main like tent square, doesn't seem like anyone's really paying attention to you guys as you're kind of weaving your way through the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Just as you get to the gates, they stop you. At the Ash Gate, they do pat you guys down. Doesn't seem like the guard catches anything on the kids.
Yeah, it's just a bag of food.
Yeah, it's just a bag of food.
After we get to the Ash District, I'm going to show them where we are.
Okay. We'll get to that after Asher and Hoovel. What are you guys doing?
I change my clothes real quick into like just like a old traveling man, like loose fitting clothing, like balding scalp, and I like a big white beard.
Okay.
I'm just gonna follow behind.
Big white beard guy like this.
Perfect.
All right, I will add that to your morphs.
My face stretches into a more masculine shape. My hair both shriveling away and growing out white.
Sweet. Yeah, and Hoovel you see as the appearance like physically just like starts shifting and morphing, not like the magical appearance changing where it's instant. It's like slowly just morphing and bubbling into different features.
Alrighty now, let's get home. I should start working my way back towards the gate.
Okay. And are you guys both also just heading home?
Yes.
All right.
Unless, do we have to do anything else here, Hoovel?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I think we good.
With the appearance change, I would say, yeah, you guys can just walk through town. It doesn't seem to pull any attention. And you guys make your way back to the Ash District. So that would also be another 4 copper per person.
Oof. Okay. Marking that down now.
All right. Ash, home base. All right.
Woo.
So Blanche, you get there first.
I bring them into here,
Okay.
and I let them have their meal at the counter.
Sweet. I think it was these three.
Yes.
All right.
And then after they are during the meal, I'm just gonna let them know if you guys ever need any food, if you guys ever need anything, come here and ask. We'll help out if we can. And then when I have free time, I can show you guys some tricks on how to be a little bit better at this, so you're not as noticeable when you do it.
The one that seems to be the pseudo leader kind of pipes up and just says, "Well, I don't know what to say. Thank you."
And then, unlike the other person, I'm going to say, if you guys come for assistance, I may ask for some things in return. But that will come later.
Okay. We're probably gonna find a place around here to hang out for some time. Do you mind if we hang out in the alley behind your house for a bit?
That is absolutely fine. Don't cause any trouble for us. Don't bring attention here. And you can stay as long as you need. If you guys need to wash up, I tell them about the cave that's next to us that has a small pool.
Okay. And they nod, seemingly like just kind of eating, looking around the space, seeing that they're like in a house, and just kind of like sitting around, a little bit awkward.
And then
Not too long after Hoovel and Asher, you guys get back to the house, since you guys really didn't spend much time in the district after that.
And then as they finish up eating and start packing everything up, I'm going to give each one of them a silver piece as well.
Okay. And as you do, they each like wide-eyed take it and kind of put it in their like trouser pants, and continuing just thank you, and put the rest of their stuff in the sack, and middle one puts it over his shoulder, and they kind of like do like a half bow as they're kind of taking their leave.
Okay, so we're not keeping them forever. They're just hanging around.
I told you, I'm going to have an army of urchins.
We kind of walk in, like, I do a quick look around to make sure we're alone before switching back into my normal form.
Okay.
You can change your own forms, basically.
Oh.
If you right click, you go to morphs.
Oh, I can. Yeah. That guy was just weird because it's not like one of my usuals. I guess I could have used this plump, like, merchant man, but I think he has a name and a status.
Yeah, that one's Hadir.
Yeah, like a super important fella.
Yeah, if you want to add more, you will have to have Kyle add it, but the ones that are added, you can swap between.
Sweets.
And then, yeah, so we have found some criminals and marked them as the Grey Bear Syndicate. Hopefully that was successful, even though you guys caused a little bit of commotion afterwards.
I sure hope so. Yeah, what happened is I like let Blanche know. So like it happened while we were a bit away, but it was still in the same general area. We left the door propped open with the two people bound inside. So it's like they could tie those two events together. Maybe they will, maybe they won't.
Well, only time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I think I will have something to eat myself and get an early rest.
Okay.
Yeah. I share a chunk of pink cheese with the fellas. I'm like, look.
And I share a chunk of yellow cheese.
Wow.
We have like half the cheeses.
We got 2 of the 4 types.
All right, dope. So you guys get back to your house. You eat your cheese after getting some of the youngins out of the house. They go out to the side, and you guys see them kind of wrap around the back of the house as you're walking in. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before you call it a night?
Not that I think so. Maybe while I'm laying in bed, I'll be investigating that vial of like plant matter, trying to see if I can pin out what it is.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check.
So I got a +2 to Arcana. So 16.
Okay. So as you're looking into it, from like first sight, you don't really know what it is, but you like shake the vial a little or the beaker a little bit, and you like take a sniff, and it like instantly like starts burning your nasal cavity, and like makes you like stand on end. This seems like something that would probably be in some sort of like poison or harmful effect.
Ooh. Okay. Cool. I sure am getting a lot of alchemical stuff for not knowing alchemy. I just think it's neat.
All right. Then with that, as you're laying in bed looking at this thing, the other two, you guys both head to your respective beds, and we will call that a session. Next time we can either continue on with what you guys have been doing, or move on to something else. You guys will decide then.
We will see how the dice lay.
As they say.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. That was episode 2 of the Favored Few campaign.
All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you for joining us, as Kyle said. And see ya, bitches.
See you, bitches.
Bye.